live from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Right behind me is the courthouse where earlier today the jury of 12 found Kyle Rittenhouse not guilty. He was set free, essentially, and on all 5 counts, the jury found him not to be guilty. So I'm here this evening with a gentleman named Ernie Shell. He is executive protection. That's what he does. He's been hired to be here. Ernie, tell me a little bit about the ruling today. When that verdict came out, that Kyle Rittenhouse was found not guilty, were you expecting that?
Yes, I think a lot of people in America was thinking about that and expecting what the ruling was not guilty. And the thing about it is, when the weapons charge was threw out, when it was threw out days ago, that was really the glue that held the case together, if you really want to look at it that way. When that was threw out, I mean, that pretty much just showed the forward homecoming, which was not guilty.
Well, and behind me, we are looking at an empty courthouse. There's a number of media across the street that are getting their footage, doing their hits. It's quiet, though. It is quiet here in Kenosha right now. Are you surprised by how quiet it is?
Well, not really, because we expected this with the amount of police and the way the law enforcement, the presence of law enforcement, and the way they've actually got this cut off, and with the angles they're using right now, and with the security measurements, I think it's going to be a peaceful night.
How do you think security and our police force, the local leaders are handling the situation in Kenosha right now compared to what we saw 15 months ago here in Kenosha in August of 2020?
When the governor ordered the 500 National Guard, I think that right there should have been I think that should have happened in 2020 also. It's all about prevention. If you can prevent something like a riot happening, well, you take the measures in your hands, and you see as right now everything's empty because of law enforcement and our military.
Ernie, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. All right, folks. Wow, we'll give you another look at this empty courthouse. We have an American flag that has been put out. There's some water bottles holding that down so it doesn't fly away. Looks like some folks put that out earlier today, but you'll remember that just about 4 hours ago, we were here. It was a very, very different scene. All of these steps were packed with media. There were protesters both for and against, in opposition of Kyle Rittenhouse. And there was shouting. We did see an altercation take place between 2 individuals. At one point, there was a pretty heavy police force that came through, kind of made sure everything was okay, calmed down the crowd. Right now, I'm looking at different sides of the streets. I'm not actually seeing any law enforcement. Right now, I'm not seeing any protesters. Cars are driving by in front of the courthouse, and multiple times we've heard people shout things out the window, often negative things about Kyle Rittenhouse. But that's really the only protesters that we're seeing, that we're hearing tonight. Now, it is still early in the evening. Of course, though, we're hoping and praying that things remain quiet and that they remain peaceful here. Overhead, we are still hearing some helicopters. There still seems to be a presence. We're not sure if those are media helicopters or maybe something having to do with security. But as the gentleman, Ernie, we just spoke with said, there are 500 National Guard members that are on standby about an hour and a half away. They're ready to go at a moment's notice. We know that there is a heavy, heavy presence of law enforcement that is also ready in Kenosha, but they don't see a need, I guess, right now to be out here because, as you can see, it's very, very quiet. I do want to walk across the street and just give you all a little bit of a sense of the media presence that's still here, because those are really the only people here. We're going to walk across very carefully. Looks like we caught a red light. So, as you see, there's a whole strip here in front. There are a number of folks from the media capturing the scene that you're seeing, a very, very quiet courthouse. And then further back behind me are a number of media tents. And over here to my left, there's a number of vans as well, large media vans set up. There's a gentleman over here on this quarter recording. So at this point, it is a quiet evening in Kenosha. Hopefully it stays that way. Please follow the Daily Signal across all social media platforms. We'll continue to update you. If the situation changes here, if things get rowdy, we will let you know. But right now, it's very quiet, and it's just the media reporting. And it seems that many folks are enjoying their Friday night. They're having a normal Friday night in the city in Kenosha, downtown. Restaurants are open, businesses are open. You can hear the train in the background. It's a pretty normal Friday night in the rest of Kenosha. But outside the courthouse, of course, we still have a lot of reporting and individuals just waiting to see what happens. It was only earlier today that a citizen jury of 12 individuals declared Kyle Rittenhouse not guilty on all 5 counts. It was a really dramatic moment inside this courthouse. We watched Kyle trembling and just totally overwhelmed when he learned that he was not guilty. He was not being charged with murder. He literally collapsed. I'm sure you all have seen that moment. Really, really overwhelming, watching him trying to gather his composure as it set in that he was a free man. Now, my thinking is Kyle has probably left the courthouse by now. I'm sure that they have taken him somewhere safe. You could also see the relief on his mom's face sitting behind him as she heard that ruling come out from the jury. And then the scene that transpired out here, it was really, really fascinating because for about 30 to 45 minutes after that verdict came out, there was a swarm of media and there was a handful of protesters, but it stayed very, very peaceful. And then about 45 minutes after the verdict came out, there was some tension. There was that altercation between 2 individuals. The police did show up for a minute. There was an ambulance that came, actually had to take a woman away on a stretcher. We're not sure what happened to her. But right now, obviously, that crowd is gone. It's a very, very different scene. Things died out rather quickly. And the yelling and the shouting that we heard earlier